if you've read much of the book, you know that you don't have to tell any of your story, any of your history, any of your problems to get exactly what you want. I love that. I used to teach these seminars a decade ago where everybody cried and told their story until they got sick of it. And then there'd be this big transformation. Circumstances. We don't need everything to be right. We don't need anything, really. We can just go there. We can just make up our mind to go there. And so 5 or 10 minutes, like I just took, of going deep into the silence is often more restorative than hours and hours of sleep. And some of y'all may have had experiences where in the past it may have taken an hour of meditation to get 1 minute of that restorative part. But more and more you'll find that you can go there for 5 minutes and get that restorative part. It's all about access, and it's all about stilling the mind. It's all about getting to that vibration. And if you can get there fast, then I don't meditate for an hour anymore, hardly ever. And if that does happen, it's not about trying to get there or trying to get more of that good feeling. It's for pleasure. It's because I've got the time and it just feels really good. It's meditating for pleasure. I even recommend that you don't do anything but meditate for pleasure anymore, because have y'all already got the idea from what you've seen so far that Divine Openings is not about working on yourself? So you don't have to meditate to work on yourself or solve problems, or you don't have to log a certain number of hours of spiritual practice every day to get benefit out of it. I prefer that you do your spiritual practice for pleasure, to go in and adore the divine within, appreciate, and spend time like you'd spend quality time with a love, rather than doing it to get something. Whatever you want to call what you're going to experience, it's an aspect of you. It's a larger aspect of you. You're a narrow focal point for whatever it is. And the more you realize how vast you are, and you can tap into that, of course, the full access to it won't fit in this brain. So you have to kind of take the moment-to-moment guidance and the piece-by-piece access to it as it comes to you, rather than, maybe our brains will evolve. I don't know. The good thing is I don't worry about it anymore. It's all happening. It's all moving. It's all evolving. It's so wonderful to lose that concern about tomorrow and yesterday. And I used to wonder what present moment, you read about that stuff for years. I mean, for years. How long have you been reading about be in the now, be in the now? And there's just no way to know what that really means until you're there, until you're living in the now. It's the way all that book stuff is. You read, you read, you read, and then you experience it. You go, oh, that's what that was. That's what that means. Yeah, that's what that's about. Experiences that you've never had are very hard to understand just from reading it. So that's what I love most about Divine Openings. It's about experience rather than talking about it, for the most part. The words as I speak, like I talked about David, Deva, Pramal, and Mittens, voice carries a vibration. When I speak, the voice carries a vibration, and there's really more going on in this kind of talk than there is in just yak knowledge kind of talk, because you get a vibrational attunement through the voice vibration. Different people have their different gifts. The art in the book, has everybody done one Divine Opening from the book, at least? Is there anybody, let me put it this way, anybody who hasn't done a Divine Opening from the book yet? You're going to find, and it blows me away still to this day, a vibration comes through those pictures in the book. How that works, I do not know. That belongs to that vaster part of me that planned all that and did it. And I just painted the pictures and put them in the book. So the book, it really blew me away when I started hearing reports back from the book. It really did. I was Well, you know, I knew it was going to work, but it's really working. I knew this was what I was guided to do, but it's happening bigger than I thought. Yeah. You know, from having been a pretty straight corporate trainer, this is quite a distance. I did do transformational work in corporations, and people would start talking about spirit and enlightenment and things right in the middle of a business management course on breaks. So something has been transmitting through there for a long time, but now I've sort of given up all semblance of what would you say, mainstream, I guess. Yeah. And I thought that might be my lifelong role, is to do that mainstream stuff, sort of guerrilla enlightenment, you know, underneath business courses. And I was perfectly happy with that, but that's not what the presidents had in mind, so here we go. Here I have gone. I think I'm gone. So, well, let's go around and everybody in a sentence, really, in a sentence. That's really all it takes. By the way, as you're saying what you want, Divine Presence already knows your heart's desires. You're just telling us. Already knows your heart's desires. And what Divine Openings is about is getting you out of the way so it can happen faster. You know, Michael and I talk about even the word manifesting these days seems like, that's old stuff. You don't have to manifest, you just have to get out of the way for what you've already desired to show up. It's already manifested on the non-physical, and our job is to get out of the way. And the better you get at getting out of the way, the faster it comes. And Divine Openings helps you get out of the way. It's one of the most wonderful things about it. It helps you get out of the way. Now, part of the game seems to be that we've got these small selves that want to pull the other way, and I'll do it myself, and, you know, I'll figure it out with my brain. I'll figure it out with this lump of gray matter. Never mind that I have this unlimited force, this infinite database that will do it for me. I'll figure it out myself. That's part of the game that we came here to play. So it's not to say that you're never going to have that push-pull again. But more and more and more, the small self will get out of the way. At whatever speed you're able to let it, more and more and more the small self gets out of the way,